All right, what's up, traders? I'm going to do something a little different this Saturday. I usually recap some of the highlights from the week, but this is more of a tale of two trades video. And I want to talk about the 3 words from Mark Douglas's Trading in the Zone book: anything can happen. As a trader, those 3 words should always be in your mind. And this is a good illustration of that, I think. PHVS, you had the gap up on Thursday, sold off a bit, and then went through the high of day and had a nice run. We actually called this in chat over the, or kind of a red to green right in this area. And then it had a nice pop, right? But then it comes back down and is trailing along closer to the low of day than the high of day. So this feels like, for me, at this point, shorts winning, and you're probably going to get a downside gap fill, right? Because that happens when you get longs trapped, and then you get the, trailing back near the low of day. Usually you get a breakdown, especially on, one of these lower priced, kind of lower float morning gap plays. You get basically longs fail here, and you get the breakdown, but that didn't happen, which is why PHVS was so interesting to me. It came back up near the highs, which also topped at 501. So you have a possible whole number inflection point back through 5. You have a cup and handle. You can see in chat I pointed out the cup and handle, which means I like it long over the handle, because then shorts are in big trouble. You're probably going to rip through 501, the high of day, and squeeze, and that's exactly what happened. And I had a really, really nice trade in this one, right? Got long at 490. Scaled out after the halt, got stuck in the halt, scaled out some, and scaled out the rest. And actually, don't have it on this chart, but I sold more at 9 and more at 10 that day. Just a huge trade for me. But the point of this video is to show you that no matter how much you like a setup, you always have to be aware of those 3 Mark Douglas words: anything can happen. So Friday, BXRX, I felt was a very similar setup. You had the gap up, morning gap play with nice news. Comes down, then takes out the high of day. So longs are in charge, right? Comes back down, puts in a lower high, and next thing you know, it takes out the low of day and is going sideways for a bit. This is a perfect setup for shorts, in my opinion. It's probably going to break down and fill the gap, right? You had all these longs that failed, and now you're back to the low of day. But what does it do? Next thing you know, it's heading back up, very similar to PHVS, and you kind of have that cup and handle, and you have it topped out at 593. So I'm thinking, over this handle, it's probably going to light up the new highs ticker, breaking 593, probably going to rip through 6 and squeeze just like PHVS. And to be honest, if I hadn't made a killing on PHVS the day before, I was in capital preservation mode might not be the right words. I was just in, hey, I'm going to get into the weekend with my big win on Thursday and my mentality intact. I'm not going to do anything stupid on Friday, right? So I took this small when it broke this handle. I took it small at 575, but the only reason I took it small because I love the setup. I thought shorts were in big trouble. Hole number 6, high of day, all right there, right? The only reason I took it small was because of what I just said, keeping my capital and enjoying my gains from Thursday. So let me try to add 1 minute candle here, the next 1 minute candle. Got long as it broke. I got long at 575, and I'm thinking we're going to break 6 and we're going to rip. I only took 1,500 shares because, again, I'm not taking any risks because of the reasons I just gave, right? So I got long at 575. Let me add one more 1 minute candle. Here it comes. Boom. Goes up to 6. I'm up a quarter, but I didn't sell any because I'm looking for the 6 break and the squeeze, right? And in 1 minute, even though this had probably traded 10 million shares already on the day, it still was able to fall from 6 to 511. I hit out at the market thinking, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not going to hang out. I'm not going to average down. I don't do any of that stuff, right? So I think it filled at 525. So I lost 50 cents in less than a minute. Here's the result. Financially, I lost $757.50 in 1 minute. And this could have been much worse, right? It could have been much worse because I loved the setup. I could have taken this huge, imagine, 7,000 shares, and you go up, and then you're having a pretty nasty day, right? I was still green on the day, by the way, but this is one of those rare rug pulls that can happen. Anything can happen, and you always got to be aware of a potential rug pull. It's astounding to me that this could fall that far that fast with that many traders involved, and I felt like shorts in trouble, right? But I'm hoping to pass along the lesson to everyone. No matter how much you like a setup, or no matter how much somebody's pumping it or telling you XYZ is going to 10 today when it's trading at 2, anything can happen. always play defense.